Well, it's me, I'm back, and I still got the little tektite. Hadn't done any more on it. I just moved stuff inside. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I guess it doesn't hurt to try. I can always not publish it like I've done with so much of my other stuff. One of the things I've been trying to do more of is use this leather as just a screen for my fingers, and not using it as a support or anything. I've been trying to make stuff come off more in the air to try and have cleaner terminations all the time. It's a trade-off because I know that using the soft leather rolled up and stuff as a support underneath the platform is a good way to make sure that you don't get downward force in, but you just get little steps sometimes on your terminations. And I think that my eye for angles is good enough that I can tend to get the angle I want most of the time anyway, without relying on the assistance of the leather for my angle. One of the things I still want to do, and I did it, but I haven't published the video because I don't think it was very good, is I want to try and get the camera set up really close to what I'm doing and try and go through the finer points of some pressure flaking. But the time before when I tried it, it was the camera was basically under my face, and I was just looking over and around it and doing the flaking, and it just seemed really awkward. And I need to go back, I guess, and watch the video again. I'm not sure the video was worth uploading. Another thing is, sometimes I work slow. I got a video that I haven't published that was making a tang knife, and the tang knife is fine, but it took like 2 hours to make it because I was going slow and just rambling. I don't know if anybody watches it. I don't like it when I get people not liking my video. Well, if it's not liked, I shouldn't have gone through all the effort to make it. Actually, it's not that much effort to make them sometimes, but it's a pain a little bit to upload them and review them. And any editing or... Dang, this stuff sometimes it just... That's weird. Now, see, I've had that like 4 times, didn't take a flake. You can see I'm just trying to come all the way around it because it's not the kind of thing where you can just grab onto a square edge and flake it off. It's strong and it's slippery. I don't even know if I said this before, and everybody that's napped for very long should have already figured this out on their own, but a lot of times the surface outside of a rock is very hard and tough to get into, and it's slippery. So if you can find any little nub or pinched area or anything that you can knock off, what then happens is once you get a broken edge, if you can go right next to it, up against one corner of the broken part, it breaks easier. And that's what allows you to zigzag or stitch. But what I will also say, which I don't know that I've said before, is when you work tough rocks, a lot of times when the rocks are big, you can hit them hard and drive big spalls off of them and get clean flake scars and nice big semi-normal looking flakes. But then when you keep working that rock and it starts getting smaller and has less mass, and or you have trouble holding it as tight to get the support, some of them big rocks that seem like they might be workable kind of become somewhat unworkable when they turn into small rocks. So you do have to sort of be thinking in terms of, do I have a turkey roaster and can I soften this rock up a little bit if needed? I'm making progress. I just don't know that this is in any way, shape, or form interesting. I do think it's interesting in regards to the concept, because if you think about it, it's highly unlikely that I'm the first person that ever thought of this, as far as it probably was actually thought of in the prehistoric period too, and I don't follow stuff enough to know, but I bet you some old boys did this too. Because if you think about it, if you were living and trying to make your living in the old days, you run across a new and different looking rock, you're going to try and use it. Dang. I'm sitting here trying to think what I'm going to make out of this. Might be like a little Gary type thing, or Tang type thing. What's weird is, I mean, I can hit it really hard sometimes and it ain't doing nothing. That was a good flake. I actually think that I might not sit here and watch this if I was watching it, so I might ought to turn it off. I need to sharpen my punch anyway. I'm going to turn it off and do this later, and I may or may not publish it and come back and show you the finished product. I'll do something else. Bye for now, freeze crack.